Maximus Analysis here for July 29th, 2015 after the close, and we see that we are bucking up against this previous trend line, and let's see if they hold. Again, they need to hold above the lows. They break 2084 overnight and we're going to see some selling. Okay, they could squeeze it in. The volume was a little bit lighter, but again, even if a false breakout, I would not be taking it. It has to get over 2120. I've been saying that for a long time, and again, we'll see what happens. NQ NQ's layering. Again, it didn't give much juice today, so we got to see what happens after the close. I know Facebook reported, and they actually see, this is the reason why I don't mess with earnings, because they actually beat expectation. Wait, exactly. So there's a way that they could beat earnings or beat revenue expectations, but not forecasting. It's a bunch of analyst bullshit. Analysts don't trade. You know what happens when analysts are wrong? They reforecast. So again, we're trading and putting our hard-earned money on the line. Again, they want this low of 45.44 to hold. A sell signal after that means they're back in the chop and go from there. The YM again continues. It has a long journey to go. I needed to get above this region, at least above this 17,870 and 18,000 area before I would even look to go long anything in that name, because a lot of the names that they pumped up yesterday are in clear downtrends, and we don't want to get caught up in any of that. IWM pretty much it's not really doing much. It really had low volume below here, so a break of that low tomorrow again could mean not curtains, but again it could be some lower prices. Let's look at what they did for Facebook. We'll go to an intraday chart just to entertain ourselves, and you can see that they're below today's lows, and we got to see where they go from there, because again we had the same thing with Twitter yesterday, and you can see after hours everybody got excited. I got an email. It was so funny because I got an email at like 4:45 saying that it was up, and then 5:15 it was up 11%, and then down like almost 6 o'clock, I got another one that says they're down 7%. So I was like, okay, that's why I don't mess with earnings. I suggest you do the same. Don't look at that. Again, Rick's Cafe, Jamaica, jumping off the cliff, same thing there. Baidu is going to give a little, maybe even if it gives a little bit of pop, it be oversold territory, but that's a huge gap down. I would not be going long with any money of mine. And again, you can look across and say, okay, maybe this congestion will help you. I don't play that game. Let's look at Apple. Again, Apple was very quiet, and we can see that if we go back into it, we got a lot of indecision, low volume at the bottom of the channel. So we want to see how that one plays out, but definitely wouldn't buy the first buy signal. Again, we want to see how Google looks, if it can clear above at least this 666 area and go from there. We want to look at Amazon. Amazon looks decent. Again, it has the gap up. So again, a break above here would be a good long if you can get some follow through with the indexes. You have crude that we've talked about numerous times. Again, EIA report at 10:30 really didn't mean much to me when you look at the broader how things are going. Again, it's touching this previous lows. These previous lows, those held as support now would be some type of resistance. But even if it broke above, you can see that until it breaks about the 52, 55, or even get to 56, it's still in a clear downtrend. And that's how we got to treat it. Again, gold continuing to, it almost looks like a continuation pattern. If you look at it, could continue to go down if it breaks below this $13 level. Again, it's kind of been beat to snot, but again, I'm not looking to go long any of those names without some follow through. So Tesla didn't give much. Again, it's pretty much broad brush regarding, didn't really get much at all. Indexes, you had ES, again, intraday, that, you got to be really careful with those FOMC reports. You have Priceline. Priceline looked okay today. Again, the volume is kind of light, but it's out of the group. It's kind of looking good. And if you took the long a couple days ago, maybe you can go to risk-free, because this volume is anemic. So you can look at that as well. And again, we'll just look and see how things will play themselves out. Again, we know we have the invisible hand that is always at play. And we want to see what the gnomes or the invisible hand actually really does. But again, we're in the chop. We're in the midsection of it, and just so that you know, you want to just kind of look at the middle of this thing, and you could just say to yourself, okay, if we got back below basically, I mean, not even halfway of yesterday's price action, right in dab snap in the middle of it, and that would be a bearish sign. And again, every time we've come and test this area, it looks like it's been getting sold into, sold into, sold into. And again, you could say, well, they've been buying every time they go in there. Well, again, who's going to win? I have my bias to say I think this is more distribution than anything. But again, we'll see what happens the later part of this week. But if they break this 2080 area, like we said, again, they're going to flush to at least the 2060 and below and get below here. And tomorrow and Friday, we should see some type of movement either way. So again, I would just be cautious and look to see who, if this low is it's 2084. So again, they barely got above it. There wasn't really much price action going on. Again, you had some good movement. This was probably one of the best moves, probably at the open or this little pop here, but you have this indecision, so they need to stay above this 2092 area as well. So let's see what happens, and we'll go into tomorrow. Okay, keep that powder fresh, and again, if we see some action tomorrow, we could see some selling quickly. Take care.